absolutely. And yeah, Sital, quickly introduce yourself, about your education background and what is your experience. Those are.
Okay, sir. As you know, my name is Sheetal Mandloi. I'm from Madhya Pradesh. I have completed my graduation from RGPV University in Bhopal, and I'm currently working in a as a QA engineer.
Yeah,
And
okay.
now I have 2 year experience in manual and 1 year in automation. I have worked on two projects. One is insurance domain and one is e-commerce domain. That's all about.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. And yeah, tell me about your what is your roles and responsibilities in your last project?
Yes. So, Sarah, I'm actively participating in agile activities. Daily, we have the daily stand-up meetings, sprint planning meetings, and we are writing. I'm writing the test script and review that test script and execute. And if there is any bug, then I report that bug to the developer and after that again we perform the retesting and regression testing. That's all.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's fine. And you mentioned that you are working as a QA team. Okay. Now let me tell me
Yes.
what is the difference between QA and QC?
Yes.
I'm repeating my question again. Like difference between QA and QCT.
So QA means QA stand for quality assurance and QC stand for quality control. So QA defines the developing process of the application to prevent the bug in the project, and QC find the defect and make sure it should be resolved before delivering the project. So under the QA comes
Yeah.
higher level management, technical experts, and domain experts, and under the QC, actual tester comes because QA involve throughout the life cycle and QC involve after the product is developed.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. And you mentioned that in your roles and responsibilities involving in regression. So what is meant by regression testing?
So regression testing means when the developer fix the defect, then we fix the defect along with all the related bug related impacted functionality. So it is called the regression process. So there are three types of regression testing. First is the unit regression, second is the regional regression, and third is the fully regression. So unit regression testing, we test the specific module where we reported the bug. And in the regional regression testing, we identify the bug related modules and along with the impacted modules, a bug related module also we test. And third one is the fully regression testing. So in the fully regression testing, we test the remaining part of the application also. Suppose developer fixed the defect and he made changes in many modules. So at that time, to finding the impacted module, we take one round of full regression.
Yes, that's absolutely fine. And now, so how can you explain positive and negative testing in your way?
Yes. Testing the application with valid inputs is called the positive testing. The main aim of positive testing is to confirm the project is according to customer requirement or not. And the negative testing is testing the data application with invalid inputs, negative inputs. Then these main aim to finding the defect in the application.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. So, is it important to do negative testing? So, based on your experience, you see, so is it that much importance of negative testing?
Yes, sir. It is very important to do negative testing. If we are not doing negative testing, then how will identify the defect? where we know that where a application is breaking and all these where the bug we are not able to identify the bug in the application if we are not doing negative test.
Yes, that's fine. Now, so yes, based on your answers, okay, your experience, right? So, as your experience, so are you done any exploratory testing? So, let me tell what is exploratory testing?
Yes. In the exploratory testing, we explore the application, we understand it, and we identify all the possible scenario and we use it for testing.
Yeah.
Here we don't have any requirement document, test case document. We just explore the application along the flow of the application to identify, to understand the application flow.
Yes. So, in this exploratory, we are using any search engines?
Yes, sir. We are using search engine.
Yes. Why? Because there is no documents, we are using search engines and like
Yeah.
we are referring the existing projects as well. Okay, that's fine. Now, yeah, let me continue. So you are a tester, right? You are finding lot of bugs in your projects. So I know,
Yes.
like we all are know that you are finding the defects also. So let me tell how the bug life cycle will follow after you are finding defects. So you are doing positive testing or negative testing, functional or non-functional. Our main intention is to find the defect. Okay, you find the defect. So it will be converting into bug. That's all. So explain bug life cycle, how it interacts with the developer and those all things. Bug life cycle.
Yes, sir. So bug life cycle is the process to reporting the bug. When as a tester we identify the bug, then it will be in the we assign it to the new condition, new status, and after that we reported the bug to the developer. Then the developer will identify the bug. Developer will check the bug. If it is valid, then he will check it is already existed or not. If it is already existed, then he will change the status to duplicate. And it is not already existed, then he will check that yes, it can be fixed in another upcoming release. If it is a yes, then he will change the status as a default. Otherwise, he will if we need to fix it in these release, then developer change the status as a assigned. And when once the developer start fixing the defect, then it is the bug status will be the open. And once the developer fix the defect, then it gives to the tester that at that time the defect status will be fixed. And when the developer test again tester will test the retesting, perform the retesting. If bug is removed, like our functionality is working, then it will then we perform the regression testing. And we if regression testing fail, then again we will reassign the bug to the developer. And if retesting fail, then again we will reopen the bug and send to the developer. And if it is fixed, again he will fix the he will open the bug and start fixing that bug. And if the bug is fixed, and then again we will perform the retesting and the regression testing. If it is passed, then we will close the defect. And
Yeah.
at the initially, if the developer reject, if the developer if our bug was not valid, then he will reject the defect also.
Yeah. So what you are saying, I'm absolutely agreeing with your answer. Now, so okay, you are explaining like there is a you are telling defects and bugs. So what is the difference between defect and bug? So you mentioned both defect and bug, right? So difference, what is the difference? Is there any difference or same or
No, sir. Actually, the deviation between actual and expected is called the defect. And
yeah,
when
okay,
these defects is accepted by the developer, then we can call it as a bug.
that's fine. So okay, now can say. So initially you only mentioned you are coming from agile team. So you have a experience on development process, agile process. Okay. How many ceremonies are there in agile process? So just number and name them.
Okay, sir. So there are four important ceremonies as Agile: sprint planning meeting, sprint planning meeting, and daily stand-up meeting, sprint review meeting, and sprint retrospective meeting. So in this sprint
Okay.
planning meeting, the
Yeah, yeah. No need. Okay, just explain what you are discussing in stand-up calls, daily stand-up calls.
yes, what we did yesterday, what we will do today, and is there any obstacles? Then we will discuss about.
Okay, that's absolutely fine. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm satisfied with your Java manual. So I'm switching to the Java and automation. So you have automation experience also, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So, okay, I'm going with the Java. In Java, what is hoops?
Oops is a object-oriented programming concept. So there are six OOPS concepts in the Java. First, a class, then object, then encapsulation, abstraction, polymorphism, and inheritance.
Yeah, okay, fine. Okay. Now, what is a method overriding and method overloading?
Method overriding means defining the same method again is called the method overriding. Like
Yeah, okay.
method names and parameter also should be in the
Yeah, okay.
method overriding. And method overloading means uh, method name same but parameter should be different. So that is method overload.
Yeah, okay.
And,
Method overloading coming under runtime or compile time?
sir,
Overloading.
it method overloading. No? Yes, method overloading comes under the compile times.
Yes, okay. Okay, that's absolutely fine. Okay, I'm asking you simple question. So can we override the final method?
Um, no, sir, we cannot override the final method because final is a keyword in Java. If we declared variable as a final, then we cannot change that variable. And if we declare method as a final, then we cannot override that method. And if
Yeah,
we declared
okay.
class as a final, then we cannot extend that class.
Yes, Sital, I agree with your answer. Now, so finally, you say like a keyword you said. So based on that, so it is a non-access modifier. Okay, that's fine. So tell me how many access modifiers we have. Okay, we can't override the final method. So how many access modifiers we have? Which access which type of keywords we can access? So I require that access modifiers. Just how many are
Yes,
there
sir.
and name them.
Yes, yes. Sir, access modifier private, then default, and protected and public.
Yes.
Sir,
Uh,
shall I explain or no?
Yes, yes, sir. No, 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 no. Okay, just explain what is difference between public and default. So, public is mandatory or else default is.
Yes, sir. If we are using public modifier means we are extracting the class and variable outside of packages. Everywhere we can access if we are declaring as a public. Globally we can access. And
Yeah. Yes,
private
yes.
or
Fine, fine. Yes, fine. I will agree with your answer. Okay. So, okay, that's all about Java side. So I'm switching to the automation. Okay. So just Java we required. So, but the main focus is in our based on my requirement. I required like a tool explanation as much. Okay. Now tell me, explain your automation framework.
yes. So in my project, we are using Selenium tool with the Java programming language, and
Yeah.
in
Okay.
our project, we are using data-driven framework. We are using the page object model with a page factory. So as per the page object model, we have created the web page. We have created the pages class for every web page, and there should be corresponding test class also for individual test case. And after that, coming to the packages. So here we will separated the packages. One we first we will we create the base class package. Sorry, we create the base package. Then second one is the pages package. Then test package. Then utility package we have created in our project. So for inside the base package, we kept the base class. So base class mainly deals with the all common functionality of every pages, and it initialize the WebDriver, implicit wait, and extend reports.
Yeah.
And coming to pages package, so inside the package pages package, we mention the for example login pages, login page classes, and then home page classes. So these pages class we mention in the pages package, and inside the test package we mention the test class. For login page we have created the separate login test class, so we mentioned inside the test package. And for a home page, we created a separate home test class inside the test package. And after that, we have used Maven as a build management tool for adding the dependency into our project. So we no need to require the jars externally. And after that, we use the TestNG as a unit testing. It is a unit testing framework. So we use TestNG for parallel execution, for grouping, for cross browsing, especially with the .xml file. We can use the cross browser testing, parallel execution. We can conduct by using this. And after that, we use the Git and like version control tool for storing our test script. And we use the Jenkins for scheduling our, like continuous, it is a continuous integration tool. So we execute our test script based on our schedule. We can use the Jenkins. We already use Jenkins. And after that, we use management tool and utility package. Yes, package also. So inside the utility package, we mentioned the select a
Excellent.
class, sort, yes, and action class, select a class. All these utility we mentioned in the utility packages actually. And screenshot, for screenshot, we have one separate folder there for keeping the fail test screenshot or any other screenshot. That's all
Yes,
about
yes.
the framework.
That's fine, Sheetal. So, okay, based on your automation framework, so I can give some questions, like I can ask some questions, okay? So, based on your framework, okay? So,
Yes,
I heard about your automation framework. You are used Selenium tool, right?
yes.
Yes, why Selenium? Is there any tool? Like, why you used Selenium?
Because Selenium is a open source, and it is freely available. And it support multiple language, multiple browsers, multiple operating systems. So that's why we use Selenium.
Yes, okay. So, you are used design pattern is page object model, right? What is page object model?
So page object model is nothing but the design pattern. So here we are creating the object repository. We are creating the object repository for every web element.
Yes,
For example, as per the page object model, we created the separate pages class for every web elements, and these pages class contain the to find the web elements, and also the methods for performing the operations on those web elements. And corresponding there is a corresponding test classes also there for individual test classes.
yes, okay. And
There is an advantage also for page object model. If there is any UI text, UI changes, then we don't need to test the entire. code. Just we can change the text only in one page and at one place.
Yes, yes, that's absolutely right. Yes. Now, again, you mentioned the data-driven framework. You are used with data-driven. Like in a hybrid, there is a modeler is nothing but a page object. Okay. Now you use data-driven also. So what is data-driven? Data-driven framework.
Yes. So same task, same operations. We are checking with the multiple sets of data is called the data driven.
Yeah.
For
Okay.
example, we have 20 credentials. Then we will write one test script for all these 20 credential, and we will take this credential with the help of the Excel file and passing to the application.
Yes, that's fine. Yes. Now, okay. Yeah, this is about like a framework, like your automation framework questions. So now I'm asking about some basic questions in Selenium separately. Okay, manually is okay, and Java is okay. Now project is okay, framework. Now, so coming to the Selenium, how many locators are there in Selenium?
So there are seven locators in Selenium like ID, name, tag name, class name, XPath, and CSS selector. So XPath and CSS selector, it is a customized locators.
Yes. So there is a eight. I think you are missing one.
Link text and partial link text are also there.
Yes, yes. So totally they are eight. Okay, that's fine. Now, okay, which one is highly preferable in eight locator?
First, we will find the ID and name. If it is not
Yes.
available, then we will go for XPath.
Yes, ID is the most preferred. Why? Because it is a unique. Yes. Now,
Yes.
yeah, are you faced any Selenium exceptions in your project?
Yes, sir. I have faced exceptions like session not found exceptions. So when WebDriver is trying to perform operation on the browser, then after browser is closed, so at that time it comes session not found exception and element not found exception. So element not found exception like locators we mentioned is not able to find the web element on the web page. So at that time the element not found exception we faced and element not visible exception. So sometime we are writing the locator for the web element which is hidden on the web page. So that's why it gives the element not visible exception. And
Okay,
frame not found exception, alert, no such alert exception, all these exceptions.
okay, that's fine. Okay, are you heard about that stale element reference exception?
Yes, sir, I heard about steel element exception.
Okay, some like you said that like element not visible, right? So like it was updated. So in Selenium 4, it will stale element reference. So when the element was not longerly present in a page, we will get. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Not a problem at all. Now, how can you take screenshot using Selenium?
Yes. By get screenshot as method and inside that we output type dot file parameter we will pass. So that it is the method in the text screenshot interface.
Yeah, okay. Done. Now we need to use any dependency or extra jars for these screenshots.
Sir, sorry sir.
The extra jars we require for screenshot.
For text screenshot,
Yes,
no
extra
no
jars we require.
no sir.
Yes, no, but like previously we are using common Saivo also. Presently we are not using. It will okay with the Google Saivo package. Okay. Yes. Yes, our interview will be getting like a final stage. So finally, I'm asking some releasing questions. So when we are going to release the uh, project to the production, right? So that time, okay. In Selenium, we So can explain that difference between close and quit?
Close we used with to close the current browser window, and
Yeah,
quit is
okay.
used for multiple all the open browser window to close that multiple windows.
Both are using for closing the windows. Like this, the difference. Okay. Is there a chance like okay? How can you find element without using find element method? Are you understand the question?
Yes, yes. By using the at the rate find by annotation with the page factory method, we can use the so we can find without find element.
That absolutely fine. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sital. Yeah. Let me tell me how can you like prioritize the defect? You got a five defects. Okay. So you need to send to developer. So which defect should be developer should be fixed first? How can you say like priority?
Yes. So, if the defect, if the functionality without fixing the defect, we are not able to proceed further. For example, like login functionality. If login functionality is not working, then we cannot proceed further. We cannot do any other operations. So, I will tell to developer that it should immediately fix because without fixing it, I cannot proceed further. So that's why I will give it as a high priority.
Yes, that's absolutely fine. Okay, yeah. Uh, yes. We just like what is bug release? Bug release or defect release?
Yes. Bug release means if there is a bug, we are releasing the version which contain the minor bugs like which have the low severity and low priority bug. And we know that bugs that it is present in the version. So because instead of it, we are releasing and all these so it is called the bug release, and all these bugs we will mention in the bug release note, like release note we will mention.
Yeah, okay. Yes. Okay. Release is okay. What is leakage? Bug leakage or defect leakage?
So the defect which are not identified during the testing phase, then we can this is identified by the end user, so we can say it is a bug leakage.
That's absolutely fine. Okay. Okay, Sita. This is all about this interview. Yes. I find with your what you said in manual and Java and in your project and in Selenium. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so this is a basic interview like a L1 interview. Yes. So we are absolutely fine with your answers. Yeah, I completed myself. You have any queries to ask?
No, sir. Actually, any feedback for me?
Yes, that's why I'm saying I'm yes, I satisfied absolutely fine about your performance. So what you are saying, okay, yes, we are also working with Selenium with data driven and hybrid, like a data driven and modular only. Yes. Okay, we will meet in further sessions. Okay. Yeah, that's all about this interview. Yes, HR will be contact for further queries. Okay. Yeah, thank you, Sheetal, for your time. Okay.
So thank you. Have a
Yeah.
nice day.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. That's fine. Thank you.